All right, Aries or Aries cross watcher. Let's do another message. I feel so inclined, so that's what we're going to do. I went to do Taurus and Aries was like, no, we need another message. And my intention, I'm going to set my intention for this one is for love, for those of you that are interested in it. I know not everybody is, but here we go. This is for you out there who is interested in a love message. Let's see what we get. Love message. If you hear that, for those just tuning in and you haven't heard me set it at this point yet, that is an automatic air freshener. It's a little off-putting when you hear it on the video. It's like, what was that? It just sprays every so many minutes. So if you hear it, that's what it is. Nope, this is it. Cut it. Cut it, cut it, cut it. Wheel of Fortune. I just got, look how bright that is. I just got Wheel of Fortune in a general message. King of Wands. The lovers. Look, somebody's going for it. Coming for it, going for it, doing the damn thing. Absolutely. The King of Wands is not known to really hold back. No. And look, the way it's laid out. He's looking right, he or she is looking right at you, baby. Right at you. Like about to get up out of their seat and come get it. Wow. When you know, you know. When it feels right, it feels right. Like, I'm going to do it. This isn't somebody who says something and doesn't do it. No, this is a person who follows through, absolutely follows through, and is action-oriented. So this is a person taking action with you. Without a doubt. Judgment. Because they feel called to. The World. Tower. Oh my God. And the Six of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, this is big. This is really big. With the Hermit. This is my favorite card in the entire tarot deck. We talk about that, but I want to talk about it again. Of course, the Tower and why is it not coming to me? Death are also my favorite cards. This one's my absolute favorite, though. You never really hear many people say that, you know, because it can be seen as a card. It's not the most exciting card. Well, it is to me. You know why? Because this is a real motherfucker right here. You want real? This right here. Get you a Hermit. The Hermit is fucking real. The Hermit is not concerned with anything going on out here. Is not concerned or making excuses or is like, well, I can't do this or I can't do this or what is society doing? Do you see the Hermit doing that? No, the Hermit goes within and is thinking about themselves and is asking themselves the question. This is kind of the, you know, it can be seen as a loner or somebody who is antisocial. I don't necessarily get that. Not here and not in this message with that King of Wands. It's somebody who for a moment or however long it takes them, they go within, and maybe they're typically like this on the inside, like maybe an introverted extrovert, like they talk to people when they have to, work, you know, grocery store, whatever, the bank, but when they're a partner, if they have one, but when they are, you know, they have moments where they need to like be alone. They like to be alone. They have silent moments, quiet moments, things like that. This is an individual that is so fired up about something involving you that, honey, by the looks of it, they're not going to take action until they know. And they know. The Hermit knows. That's somebody who has given it plenty of thought. They don't care what anybody else thinks about it, what anybody's going to have to say about it. Any advice on the situation, because they know and they're completely aware that in this situation the only person who's really going to know the best move for them to make is them, and they're not one bit second guessing this. Okay, I think this is happening right now. This is a now card. The Tower as a timing card is now, and the Hermit is winter fall. There's snow at his feet, so this is during this time. Well, here in the States, colder months, fall, you know, So it kind of makes sense that we would go in our shell or whatever. But this is an individual who kind of like lights their own way. They're committing to their own journey, like it or not. Like it or not. This is my truth. This is what I'm going to do. I don't tell you how to live your life. I wouldn't try to tell this person how to live their life. I mean, I might give pointers because of my experience and my wisdom, but you take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. This is somebody staying in their own lane and they know exactly what they want to do. And again, to repeat it, it doesn't matter what anyone else is going to think about it or say about it. This is also a person who's not trying to like be flashy or be like, whoa, look at me, look at me. I mean, this hermit is very muted. Very... Meaning, what I mean by this is an individual who's like, I'm going to do something that really fucking matters. Because material shit and what would society think and this and that, they're going to think what they want to think anyway. People are going to think about you what they want to think anyway. You could do great things in the world and it just takes one person lying about you to ruin your whole reputation because people want to grab onto that. People are like, yes, oh yeah, you know, people love the tea. And this person's like, so fuck it. It's, what do I think about me? What do I think about my situation? Well, I think that it's time for a motherfucking change is what I think. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm deciding. There's too many majors here. Somebody's going through a major change. Look, Judgment, the Tower, the Lovers, the World, the Hermit. And then we have the Six of Swords for a better life. You know, this is what I'm doing. So it doesn't really matter what anyone says, what anyone thinks to this hermit. I'm not concerned with drama. I'm not concerned with gossip. I'm not concerned with what anyone will think about me. I'm not concerned with what people are going to say. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let's give them something to talk about. They're going to talk anyway. People talk. That's what they do. Chit chatter. They know everything about everyone else, but they know so fucking little about themselves, yet they think they do. They swear they know. They don't know shit about themselves. It's not for me to know either. I'm not concerned with it. I've had some sort of inner revelation, and I've realized that there's something I need to do. This isn't someone doing anything impulsive, though the King of Wands can be seen as somebody who can be very impulsive, but not as a king and not with the hermit backing it. Hell nah. This is someone who's like, I know exactly what I'm fucking doing and basically move out of my way. They're not going to be big and flashy about it either. Like, they're just going to do what they need to do. They're not going to be tacky. Now, if anyone else acts tacky, that's on them. This is not this person's MO. They're not going to be, you know, ridiculous or whatever. No. In fact, the hermit is somebody who takes accountability. They even take responsibility for what they do. And maybe they'll admit, like, hey, you know, I understand hearts are getting broken in this process, or I understand, you know, not everybody's going to agree with me, you know, and I understand that. But also, I have to be honest and true to myself. And at this point right now, I'm changing. That's what I came here to do. That's what we come to Earth to do. I'm not the same person I was yesterday because I've changed. And maybe it's an overnight thing. Maybe it happened when somebody kind of went within and sat with themselves and they had this moment. You know, that can happen. That's like a spiritual breakthrough right there. Maybe it happened in rehab. Maybe it happened in meditation. Maybe it happened in someone's sleep and they wake up the next day and they're just a different person and they know what they need to do. Now, some people may say, that doesn't make any sense. That can't happen. Well, then you probably haven't experienced it, because those who have experienced it would understand. It is 100% a thing, and it happens often, especially on a spiritual journey, or someone who just kind of gets like a knock upside the head, a wake-up call from the universe. And especially if their inner being has actually been wanting that, something different, something new, a change. The universe is like, are you sure? Maybe even the person wasn't even consciously aware. In some situations, maybe not. They weren't even consciously aware that they were sending out signals to the universe like, I'm bored here, or I'm not happy, or, you know, this isn't really the life I wanted, or is this really my truth? And so the universe is like, here, let me just give you a little upside the head and just a spiritual little wake up call, and I'll show you. Sometimes they can just, you know, pull the covers out from you, and you'll see, like turning the light on after you've been sleeping for a while and your eyes have to adjust. That's exactly what's happening here. And they know it. Oh, they know it with a burning fucking passion in their soul. They're like, this is my truth. This is what I have to do. They have gone to the fucking depths of their soul. They've gone to the depths of their truth, the depths of their situation currently, the depths of whatever reality they're living. And they're like, this is not my truth. It is not what I identify with anymore. It's not who I am. This isn't where I want to be. They might even be seen as, you know, the outcast, the black sheep. Do you see the hermit having any friends? It's kind of like the idea of, you can't sit with us. I don't want to. I don't want to. Also, isn't there like that Kurt Cobain saying, I'd rather be known, or I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for what I'm not? It's not even just Kurt Cobain. I think his name was Andre Gilde, Gilde, that actually said it first. Though if you look it up, it'll say Kurt Cobain. But I believe Andre Gilde said it in a book or something. Don't hold me on that. But both said it. Kurt Cobain, Andre Gilde. I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for what I'm not. And I'm not what they want me to be. I'm not anymore. Maybe I was, but I'm not. I'm not. This is my path. This is a person who walks their own way. They go their own way. Even if it means losing other people, even if it means losing their own path, they take action. This is somebody taking action. They are making the choice, and they're doing it consciously from the deepest depths of their soul. They receive a spiritual call. This is what this is. A crack upside the head. The angel is coming down blowing the horn. And this is somebody who hears it. And they don't wait. They waste no time. Even if it takes them a minute to kind of sit with it, it's not because they're second guessing what they know or what's hitting them. It hits them so hard like a ton of bricks. Emphasis on bricks. Because I got bricks the other day. It hits them like a ton of bricks. Wow. Justice. This is the right thing. This is the right thing for me to do. This could be somebody removing themselves from an equation. Like they're removing themselves from an equation because they know the equation is not for them anymore. They know that it's not. Bowing out gracefully, although it doesn't appear gracefully, it's going to be a little blow up here. Why is the Tower here? The world. Somebody realizes that something has reached the end of its road. It's done. They've graduated to another level spiritually, and they're like, I know my truth now. I know what I need to do. This is a huge awakening. I don't know if this is you or if this is someone connected to you, but the lights have been turned on. And it was almost like it just, the Emperor, this is masculine energy. It did something to somebody. Like, and they're serious. The Emperor is a very serious individual, male or female. It is the energy of somebody who takes life seriously. They take their decisions and their choices, the lovers, seriously. They take their Two of Cups love, partnerships, connections with other people very seriously. It's no fucking joke. It's no joke. It's nothing to play around with. So this is someone who, you know, is like, once I know what I need to do, I take action. This is very courageous. It is brave. It's very brave to do this. Especially when you know it ain't going to be easy for other people to handle, because people don't like change. They don't like change. You want to know if people really love and support you for who you are? Change shit up on them. And not to fuck with them, but because like when you change shit up. This is about change. Maybe withdraw from them a little bit. Go a little bit quiet. Go inside yourself, do some soul searching, you know, and see what happens. Does that person become an adversary at that point? Do they get violent? Do they get nasty? Do they get ugly? Can they not allow it? Will they refuse to accept or allow you to have this space and this time? Will they refuse to let you go? And if they have no choice because you're going to do what you want to do, will they then try to ruin your reputation? Will they then try to smear you and talk shit about you and be, you're the bad guy? If so, let it happen. That's what they're going to do. But then you really see. This is somebody realizing what their truth is and taking action, despite what other people are going to think about it. Ace of Wands. This reminds me a lot of the message I just did. It was a general message, and I got the Ace of Wands as well. Once you see, you can't unsee. That's what I'm getting. No, this is it. This is like a, I know what I have to do, basically. If this is someone who has to be alone after this, like they end up alone, maybe someone's breaking up or leaving someone or divorcing, they're like, if I have to be alone, then I'll be alone. I'm not afraid to be alone. That's the thing. If I have to break away from this friend group or from this toxic fucking work environment or unhealthy work environment, we use toxic all the time, but you know, it is, then I will. If I have to take a loss to gain myself back, then that's exactly what I'm going to do, because now that I see, I can't unsee. This is not somebody not only afraid to not be alone, but they're not afraid to be different. I am different. I don't fit in. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not part of the crowd. You're right. I'm not. I'm not. And you're right. I'm not what I used to be. I'm not what you think I am. And nor should you love me for who you think I am, because not only either was I never that person to begin with, or I'm not that person anymore. And yeah, it did happen overnight. It was that simple. Sometimes people can't understand that. They will not understand that. They'll be like, how long were you planning this? Or how long were you like this? Or I knew some shit. And it's like, you have no clue. You have no clue. You're assuming. But you can put whatever you want on me. And I love what Eminem says when he says, I am whatever you say I am. Because at the end of the day, you can't force people to see you how you want them to see you, how you are. You can't. They're going to see you how they want to see you anyway. They're going to think what they want to think. They're going to say what they want to say. So I am whatever you say I am. Believe it. Believe it. If yourself tells you that about me, then believe it. If you go tell people other things about me, then I hope those people believe it. Believe it. Believe it, believe it, believe it. Because that's also going to be a lesson for y'all later on down the road. When people do that to y'all, then one day you have a wake-up call and be like, oh my God, I did that to you. Well, there you go. You know, the magician. I'm unstoppable. You're not going to stop me now. Now that I have seen, now that I know, now that my eyes are like, you know, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. It's going to be a bright, sunshiny day, bitch. Like, for real, I'm getting the fuck up on out of here. Bye. This person has never felt happier. Never. Never, ever has somebody felt happier to be destroyed from the inside out, ever. Because now it is breaking them open to help them see their true selves. And they don't have to pretend. Because sometimes the hermit can be someone who can camouflage themselves, you know? I mean, they may look like the weaker link because maybe they're a little quiet at times. Maybe they're kind of to themselves, or I don't know. But don't get it fucking twisted. The hermit, that's the one you got to watch out for. Out of everybody in the whole fucking tarot, out of every energy in the tarot, especially the majors, the fucking hermit. This is why it's my favorite. It is one of the most, in my opinion, slept on cards. It's not the exciting one or the happiest. Yeah, it is the fucking happiest one because it's the most real one. It's fucking real. It's raw. It's real. And it can also camouflage. Not because it wants to. It's a survival fucking technique. It's a survival mechanism. But this is someone like even breaking out of their camouflage. Like, no, this isn't me. This isn't my uniform. This isn't my fucking life. This isn't what I want. It's not what I want. It's not who I am. And they're not being hateful about it. They're just aggressively, paving their own path now, or following their own path now, which means other things and other people will fall away. And it might be brutal. It's probably going to be a little brutal. But not to them, because when you live in your truth, despite what other people think your truth is or should be, you're the happiest you've ever been, because it's not a feeling, it's not a happy, it's being. It's not a feeling. The Tower again. So someone is like, look, whether or not, Three of Pentacles, Four of Swords, whether or not people cooperate with me on this situation is not really my problem, because somebody's got the universe on their side, or whatever you believe in. God, angels, ancestors, the whole 9 yards. That's why you got to be careful too with being like mean to people and hateful, because, and we've all been there, to people. Because you don't know why they're getting the calling they're getting. You don't know. You really don't know. People can wake up overnight. Yes, they can. People can have wake-up calls overnight and it changed their whole entire world, and then be like, and then they start changing their behavior and they see more things. Like peeling back an onion. That's what it is. Like later on they see more layers about things, but they can immediately get that spark and it's like, I've got to go. I've got to go. This is what I have to do. I've got to go. Eight of Cups. Wow. I saw the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups. This is a person who is free. They're freeing themselves from something, because now the light has been lit over the path that they are supposed to be on, or the path that they have been trying to be on, but everything, the trees keep caving in over them and kind of distorting the path. It's like, no, it's this way. It's this way. I think of like the Cheshire Cat, or where they go like this in Alice in Wonderland, or they're like, it's this way, it's that way. And it's like, okay, I need to shut out all the noise and everybody tell me which way is which way. And this will be good if you do this and this and this, and this is your truth. And what about here? Stay, 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 stay. And it gets louder and louder. And then we think we can't leave. And then our heart calls and our heart is louder. And it's like, calm, little one. It's fine. Calm. Calm, 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 calm. You will find your way if you want to. Ask and you receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open to you. Don't we know by now? Hierophant, don't we know by now? The key is just to ask. And some of us have been asking, but we didn't know. We weren't consciously aware we were asking, but we were putting off those vibes to God, to the universe, saying, I'm not really content. I'm not really happy. Is there more? Is there more? Is there something else for me? Is this my truth? If it is, then it is. But is there something I'm not seeing about my life? Like, am I supposed to be here? Is this a decision? Is this the bed I chose to make? Right? I'll go back to that Natasha Bedingfield song. I usually pick up on that when someone's going through something deep, like a deep inner adjustment of sorts, you know? So people are not going to be well, they're not going to receive this change well. That doesn't matter. No, they're not. The higher power has spoken. I mean, look at this. That's some pretty high fucking power there. The Hierophant, the Emperor, this might even have to do with work. I don't really get that. I think it's like working on ourselves. Death and the Four of Cups. It's like I need time to think. Think! And once I do, which I think this has already happened, or it's happening right now, someone's going to realize what they need to do, or already has. I feel like someone already has, like I know. It's just a knowing, like I know. It's not really any feelings about it. So going back to that, what was the first two cards we saw? We saw the King of Wands and the Lovers, right? This is someone who is boldly taking action. Because in the long haul, in the long run, they know what they really want. And what they really want, what their soul really yearns for, what their soul really wants, is to live in their actual truth, despite what anybody thinks about it. They want to be hated for who they are. That's what they really want. Kind of sounds weird to say that out loud, doesn't it? But that's what somebody really wants. I want to be hated for what I really am, because then there's not going to be any shame. There won't be any depression or sadness, because I'm being true to myself. No matter what anybody else says. I want to be hated for who I actually am. Not loved for who people want me to be, or who people think I should be, or who people think that I am. And deep down, only really I know who I am. Not concerned with a bunch of people doing this to me, right? Who don't even know who they are. But they're so concerned with who I am. So who is this person at their core? The shell is breaking away, and this newborn energy is coming through inside of a person, and it's revealing to them their true selves. Do we need to even know? Is it any of our business? This is you, guys. This is you. Or it could be cross-watcher. Ten of Cups and Death. at this point, who I am is someone that knows it's my time to accept the change. See, all these people on this death card are lined up waiting for death, because it's the one thing that's like the great equalizer of us all is death. This is the Emperor, dead. His crown has fallen off. Next is the Hierophant. Then you have the mother here refusing to accept what's happening. She's looking away. She's like, no, I'm not ready. It's not time. This baby is the only one that's really like, because the Hierophant looks like they're kind of pleading with death. The baby is the only one that's kind of like, you know, the most aware out of all of them, really. Look at it. The little baby there is the most aware out of all of them. Not scared. The body language, not anything. Just kind of aware. I'm aware that when my time comes, my time comes. And right now, it's time for me to make a decision that people are not going to agree with, and that they don't agree with. They don't agree with, they don't accept, they don't like, and whatever happens after that is none of my concern. This is who I am. I'm a person that came to change and accept that it's inevitable. And right now I'm being called to change, to end things, to almost submit. Yeah. To a higher power, to a higher force that's greater than me, on the inside calling me, saying, this is what you have to do. Because that rider, death, is much bigger, much greater, towering over those people, and that baby is so tiny, right there at the foot. That is a sign of respect and knowing that this is something greater than them and that we can't fight it, ultimately. So someone's being, again, bold and brave and taking action to make the change that they've been called to make. And it will not, or is not, or has not been accepted by friends, family, a partner, people, society. Some will, some won't. But it's not about that. Yep, 5 of Wands. That's resistance. The Fool. But we're doing it anyway with the Chariot. Yep. Okay, guys, you get the point. It's the same message, just repeating. This is powerful. I knew I had to do another message. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.